Hey, good morning, fellow YouTubers. I am in such a good mood for several reasons, but one of which I just thought of like one of the most miraculous things that ever happened in my life. And it's a testament to the Lord, in my opinion. So, as a child, I was the black sheep of the family and was, constantly asking for my parents to not let my brother ridicule me and tease me to the point of like total psychosis and emotional breakdowns and stuff. Because that's what my brother would do. He would take me, no matter if it took 2 hours, 3 hours, all day, he would pick and pick and pick until he got me to break down and then immediately he would stop and try to comfort me. That's kind of common, I think, with narcissists. And I had no relationship with my father, and my mother was gone working most of the time. So felt very, very invisible. It didn't count, all this. And so I would demand that my parents stick up for me and take my brother off my back, do something, punish him, talk to him, do anything. And they would punish me for that. So when they'd be eating dinner and laughing, and I'd be up in my room with no dinner and being punished simply for saying, can you please offer me some safety? Can you please make me feel a little bit protected? And I just couldn't get that. And instead of getting that, I would be punished for asking for that. And so I knew it was wrong. I knew it was abusive. And I would sit up in my room and just wish that I could die. And I could see them at my funeral crying and saying, gosh, we really treated him so bad. I wish we didn't treat him so bad. That's what I would dream about every time I was up in that room being punished for asking for safety and support and protection from my brother. So, I really just started already checking out of that parent relationship and just always looking forward to being able to replicate that child-parent relationship as an adult someday. So I wanted nothing more than to be a father and to be good to my children and have a relationship with my children. So that's what I dreamed about my whole childhood, as a way to make amends for the lack of relationships I had with my parents. And it helped get me through that time. So I just worked hard, and did my best to be able to achieve so that someday I could be in a position to afford a family and get that emotional relationship that I lacked as a child. It didn't go right. I married a poor choice of a person to be a teammate and to work together. So it went asunder. Yet I had these kids, and now they're being used against me to punish me. And it's like, wow, this went so haywire. This is the only thing I've been living for my whole life. And to get this, I studied hard my whole life, got into college, got into graduate school, got 2 master's degrees, and now I'm ready to have a family. I've done all this preparation. Let's have a family. Chose the wrong person. And then she tried to take children from me. Literally, I'd have to call Children's Services because she just wouldn't give me the kids. I'd have to take her ex parte to court immediately because she would just all of a sudden refuse, go against the court order. I paid a lot of money for that lawyer to get that divorce and to get that court order where I get the kids 40% of the time. But 3 times she just would, and with no reason, I'd say, why are you doing this? I haven't seen my kids in 2 weeks. I've been begging you. Why are you doing this? She would just say, because you'll steal them. You'll run out of state. It's like, I've had my job 15 years. I'm not going anywhere, and nope, I don't believe you. It's like, well, who are you, to keep our kids from seeing their father? And so when that divorce, when the SHIT hit the fan, I went into the lowest point of my life. And so I saw how she was doing me, how no matter what the court said, no matter what the lawyer said, she was gonna just do whatever she wanted. I'd have my court papers and be there to pick up the kids, and she wouldn't give them to me. And I'd call the police, and the police would show up and say, there's nothing we can do if she's not gonna open her door. And yet I'd see on the news the exact same scenario where it was the man that wouldn't give the kids back on the appointed day that the mother was supposed to get them. And you'd have a SWAT team show up and strong arm that door open and take those kids from that man. Yet with this woman, she happened to be a police officer, maybe that had something to do with it. Sorry, sir, we can't do anything. Well, look, I paid $12,000 for this court order, and it's my day, and I haven't seen my kids in 3 weeks because she won't give them to me. Help. Nope, sorry, sir, we can't do anything. We hear her in here, there, we see the lights, we hear the TV, but there's nothing we can do, okay? Just really, really hard to deal with. So around this time, I went backpacking alone. I went up to Mount Whitney. I didn't make it to the top that time, but it's beautiful, Mount Whitney in the high Sierras. And I'm up there alone, just emotionally distraught, just a wreck. And I go up on top of this big, beautiful mountain, just see 360 degrees everywhere. And these big, beautiful, dramatic clouds start rolling in. So it's gonna be cold, I get a fire going, you know, and then lightning and thunder and rain. I didn't really know, I was new to backpacking. I don't really know about, when there's lightning, you need to get off the top of a mountain. So I didn't know that. So maybe this plays into it. You know, you can pick or choose what you want to think was the reasons for what's about to happen. So I'm standing by the fire, feeling just the lowest point I've ever felt. And I stood up and I looked up to the heavens and I said, Lord, please take me. Take me now. I don't want to be here. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, a lightning bolt came down and hit the ground about 5 feet away from me. And I jumped, probably the farthest I've ever jumped in my life. There was so violent, the noise and the flame hitting the ground scared the living bejesus out of me. So that's a flat ground and I'm standing 5'8". How come that lightning didn't hit me and it hit the ground 5 feet away from me? Physics would say it should have hit me. Anyways, I literally jumped like 5 feet away from it, and it put me close to this. There was like a stone wall next to my campground and my fireplace, with a crack in that wall about maybe 3 feet wide. So I jumped, and when I landed, I was maybe just 2 feet from that wall and that crack, and I jumped again into that crack and just hung down, shaking in fear and just so nervous and afraid. And immediately was like, I apologize for saying that, Lord. I'm sorry. I want to live. I can take this negativity and I can work through it. It's amazing how God can make things happen so quick. I turned 180 degrees on a dime, all because of that violent fear that was just set into me. So you tell me, was God involved in that situation or not? I know he was. He has a plan for all of us. And he knew he was going to take me through a lot of hardship, but that I would come out shiny and new and be a warrior for him. And that's where I'm at. That's all I want to do, is serve him. He's been so good to me. Anyways, leave a message, hit like, dislike. I love you guys. I love everyone. In the best place of my life. So you tell me what's going on. Have a good day.